It is officially spooky season in this house, and this is my Halloween masterpiece that I put up every single year and is my pride and joy of the Halloween season. It's got spell books, candles, and even a little skeleton dragon who guards it all times of the day and night. It's giving Gothic library meets Haunted Mansion chic, and today I'm going to show you exactly how you can build one of these yourself, how to find pieces for it, and how to create a little spooky mansion masterpiece in your own house. So grab your broomsticks because we're kicking off Halloween right now. Like I said, I do this every year, so I have lots of bits and bobs in these bins that I've collected from all different places, different times, and the storage system, there's really no rhyme or reason to it, but there are lots of little beautiful gems in there that you will see as we continue to put this together. Like, come on, look at this Jellycat. Okay, let's get into it. So, we are actually going to build this in this little cube structure that we use as our TV stand. I don't love it, but it works for now. So we're going to get all the stuff off the top first, and we're going to start bringing over some of the things that we have. This is where I'm going to start putting down my base layers. So we're making sure everything's nice and clean and free of stuff so we can lay down things to sort of start the vibe. We're going to go bottom up. This is really the only thing I have to lay down on this because the surfaces are a little funky here. I got this a while ago and used to do this on a different TV stand, so this has evolved. But for now, we're going to put this down and start bringing over the big pieces. And over time, you'll sort of start to find pieces that you really love, but the one thing that you'll want to keep in mind when looking for pieces, if you don't have things already, is you want things of varying sizes, right? So we want things that are tall, like this little acrylic vase I have, or these candlesticks. We want things that are wide. We want things that can be layered. We want things that have texture, maybe a little bit of variety of color, even though I keep mine almost completely black and white. But looking for things that fit a central theme. And then some of the things I make on my own, like these little spell books. These are books from the thrift store that were like 99 cents. I spray painted them black and then used a paint pen to just write on the side. I've had these for years. Do I love them? Are they perfect? No, but they add wondrous little bits and bobs to this, and they cost me like $1.50 to make. A lot of these other things I have also just spray painted black. My theme is kind of like spells and skulls. I love that this is all black and white and then it will just have pops of color in it. That's my theme. You can find whatever theme works for you. I would say though, get everything that you have out so you can see it. That's sort of what I did here, and just knew these were the things that I normally put on top. So I just sat everything out so I could start piecing things together, maybe seeing where I wanted things to go. Every year I try to change it up, mix it up, even though we do the same exact theme. I also try to move things around what's already existing. So like our Apple TV, I tucked underneath on top of the stack of books that we keep there all year round, just so it's still functional, but more so works into the design. Then I'm just moving things around, looking for height. You will rework this so many times, and that's okay. Moving things around, playing with things, that's the whole point of this. You'll see the vision come together, right? I played with this candlestick for like 5 solid minutes and was like, no, this is too many candlesticks in one place. There have been years where I put this whole thing together and like 2 weeks later, I hate how everything looks. It's just sometimes the way it goes. Don't be afraid to move things and try something different, but make sure you save a space for the things that you really love, but keep it functional. If your space is like mine, where we still need access to like the gaming consoles, the Apple TV, the storage bins, make sure that you don't lose the functionality. You can see here I just put that raven down and it's very close to the TV. But our TV is on a swivel mount so we can see it also in the kitchen and from every angle in the living room. So I still need the TV to be able to swivel, and it's actually far enough away from that bird that it still can do that, which is what I really want. Also, even though I talked about doing some of our base layers first, don't be afraid to go back and add other things, right? Like here, I was like, at this point, I saw that this was too white, like it just needed more, and I felt like we needed more base layers, so we tried to put these chains out, maybe this little skeleton guy, but the tan was just throwing it off, right? So we backed out of that idea and decided to go with this black foliage that I have to add a little bit more base layer. You can go back steps, you can go forward steps, take things off, put things back on. There's no exact science to this. If you have a more flat surface, maybe you get more layers of fabric to create different textures. Things that are shiny versus things that are matte. That'll help create depth even if you have a very flat surface to work with, and also stacking things that have height. Because I can also swap things out on the bottom, this was the time where I was like, okay, the top is good, let's do the bottom. And I'm always trying to hide our internet modem. I hate that thing. And I hate you, Comcast, just so Xfinity, whatever you are, just so you know. But sadly, she did not have a spot to hide. So we're tucking things in, also already into our existing stuff. I thought about adding on this black, almost like netting, to stay with the color and block some of the things that are kind of our everyday stuff, but it just wasn't gonna work. So we pivoted again, started adding in some books, some other little knickknacks to fill some of the holes and create more spaces. And then I decided to add in little cobwebs. This worked better, and I thought this created a lot more interest on the bottom. So I just taped this with regular Scotch tape just to create the stretch. I think that's what makes these cheap 99-cent cobwebs look really cool. And I did this on just a few of the boxes to add some more interest down here. I also just swapped some things out color-wise. I'd still had a tray down here with some of my vintage glassware on it, but we just swapped it for black and orange, so that way it would fit into the color scheme a lot better. You'll also notice now there's some lights behind there. We did end up adding those in, and we'll adjust those later on. So now that the bottom is all set, you see this big blank space around the TV, and I just always feel like you need to add height. So our TV's kind of in the center of the wall, so it meant that the bats were going to go up and around. And these are just little paper bats that I got off Etsy. If you have a Cricut, you could print these out and make them yourself, absolutely. But I just always put a little piece of tape on them and try to flex them on those seams that they have to get them to come off the wall a little. And then they just come up around the TV like that. And it makes it look so cool. And this is her in the daylight. Beautiful, spooky, worked in with my regular decor, and of course it works in with the little spooky bits across the entire house. And I love that as you look at it deeper, you look at every single little detail, you're always finding something new, a little hidden gem, and it keeps this spooky Halloween spell bookcase almost vibe. Different from other years I've done, but also the same. And it looks even cooler at night. My house basically becomes a haunted mansion for the next 2 months. And I wouldn't have it any other way. This will pair great with the many spooky Halloween recipes and other content to come in the coming months. So make sure you subscribe for more seasonal content, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the table again soon. Bye!